The third way to get a woman hooked on you is to give her an emotional roller coaster. Now, I want to preface this by saying this does not mean that you're going to do things that are harmful to her in a way that's going to make her like feel crazy about herself, whatever. Because again, we're not in the habit of trying to manipulate women, at least not in a negative way. But what it does mean is this, is that most guys, in an attempt to try to keep the peace of the woman in the dating process, are very flat line. Everything's just okay, whatever you want to do, whatever's fine, blah, 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 blah. And so in the beginning, you might think that's a great way to be because it's going to cause no fights. And she's not going to have to wonder about where I stand with her because I'm always going to let her know how much I like her and this and that. But this is boring for women. This is you. This is you being the rock in the relationship. It's perfectly fine if she's predictable to you. But you being predictable to her at all times and keeping it emotional like this is going to be boring and it's going to be predictable and she's going to start to lose interest. So you want to give a woman an emotional roller coaster. You want her to go from like being able to predict what you're going to do to being unpredictable, from being confident that things are going the way that she wants in this dating relationship to being anxious about, are things not going that way? And I'll give you a few examples of what I call positive ways to give women an emotional roller coaster when dating. All right. So for example, 1, at the height of interactions, leave. On that first date, right? You're talking, having a good time. She's laughing it up. She's having the best time ever. An hour into the date, it's time to end the date. Because now she's like, I'm having a great time. Wait, it's ending. What's going on? You are now causing a positive emotional roller coaster because it's leaving her wanting more of that good time. And it's like a roller coaster going up and it's like, we've stopped the ride for the day. Now she's got to wonder, when am I going to get to ride this ride again? That is positive emotional roller coaster for her. Another one, avoid initiating text between dates. A lot of you guys fight me on the whole, like in between dates, don't text her. And what I mean by that is don't initiate text. Like you take her on a date, show her a good time. You wait 4 days to initiate a text to ask her out again. But during that time, if she happens to text you, it's totally fine to respond back to her. But here's the point. The reason you do that is because she's going to go from having this great interaction with you and talking to you nonstop to now silence. And that silence means she has to now sit there and think about, A, the good time she had with you, up roller coaster. But did you have a good time? She's not sure. Down roller coaster. But you asked her out and showed a good time. So you must have liked her on some level, a little bit up, but she doesn't know where your level of feelings is at, a little bit down. And now she's got to talk to her girlfriends about what a positive day she had, up. And now her girlfriends and her got to figure out, well, what does this mean? He hasn't texted you. What's going on? Down. And all that is a positive roller coaster that's making you stay on her mind and making her think about you for a longer period of time. So you want to do that. That's why I tell you guys, don't be a texty chatty. If you met her on a dating app or whatever, fine. You got to text her a bit to get her on the date. At the point that you start taking her out on actual dates, the texting between dates should be minimal because you want to, save all your conversation for the actual dates, but also you want her to go through that ebb and flow of, does he like me? Does he not? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, because that only helps to build. You being constantly in front of her face via text that whole time keeps like this. Yeah, I know he likes me. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, my interest is falling. Oh my God. So let's see. Another way to give her an emotional roller coaster. Reject her first attempt at getting you to do the hookup. Now, most women aren't going to just come out and say, hey, let's go to my place and hook up. I want to bang your brains out. But what will happen is this, and I've had this happen. Say like that second date, right? Second date, you have a great time, sure, another great time. You let's say you got to pick her up, right? So you drive her back to her place and you drop her off at her front door. She's like, well, I had a good time tonight. You're like, oh, I had a good time too. Maybe you give her a kiss and it's fantastic, right? This is the point where most guys would be like, I'm going to try to force my way in. I'm going to try to say, hey, can I come in your place real quick? And you be the guy instead that says, wait, well, have a good night and walk off. Now, some women are already like, I don't want to sleep with the guy until the third date anyway. But even those women will be like, but wait, it's the second date. He didn't even try. Like now they're really confused. Like, so we had a great date. He kissed me. So again, he must like me, but he didn't try to do physical anything beyond a kiss. Does he find my body not attractive? I gotta have to talk to my girlfriends again. And so again, you're giving a positive roller coaster. You're taking her on a date. You're showing a good time. So she knows consciously that you gotta like her, but you're at the point where she's attempting to try. Some women will be like, hey, want to come up to my place for coffee? Or hey, want to drop me off at my place real quick and come in and see this thing? Because that's their way of trying to get the hookup to happen. And when you say, and when you act aloof and be like, oh, maybe some other time, but I got to go. But it was nice. I had a great time on this date and we'll talk soon. Man, let me tell you, that is an easy way to give her a roller coaster that she's not going to know what's going on with her. But all it's going to do, it's going to make her think about you. And it's going to make her think that, man, he's different because he didn't try to force a hookup on me. And when I tried to do a passive offer, he rejected it. Oh my God, I'm getting hooked. Another way to give her an emotional roller coaster, from time to time, you got to say no to her. There might be a time where like she says, hey, I was thinking I could come over right now. We could like go out to something to eat. It's like last minute, right? And most guys, anytime a woman asks them out, is going to take the bait. Yes, sure, absolutely. Ever so often, especially during the dating phase, you need to reject her offer. You need to say, oh, I can't make it tonight. Maybe some other time, but like tonight's no good. Without explanation. If you say to a woman from time to time, I can't do a thing, I don't want to do that, no, and don't explain why, that'll be a roller coaster. Why is he saying no? Does he not want to see me anymore? Is he going out with some other girl? I don't know, but it's caused me to have an emotional roller coaster, which is going to make her, again, get more hooked on you. Another way, stand up for yourself. Most guys, a woman will test out early on if like what your stamina is for being able to actually stand up for yourself. Should she act crazy on you or say something out of pocket or, touch something of yours in your house that you don't want her to touch or whatever. Like women will test that out in part because they need to see what the danger level is. Like if they do something like, borderline crazy, like not over the top, but borderline crazy, what's your reaction going to be? Are you going to just go along with it and let her walk all over you? Or are you going to say, hey, don't do that. Hey, put that back over there. Hey, that's not cool. Stop that. Don't do that anymore. Women, that exudes masculine strength and they want to feel that from you, but also it shows them that, oh my God, he stood up for himself. He's not going to let me walk all over him. Oh my God, most guys are going to let me walk all over them and get my way. And this guy is already showing that he can be a good disciplinarian because he's showing me what his boundaries are. And that's how you start to get them hooked. Another thing, don't always be readily available. When she texts you, sometimes wait 2 or 3 hours. Now, some guys will say, but Harry, that's manipulation. If I'm right next to my phone, I should be able to text her and blah, 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 blah. Look, you can do what you want to do. One, you should be a guy that's legitimately busy to where you can't always get back to your phone. But also, again, recognize that you need to let her know early on that you're not going to always be available. There will legitimately be, at some point in your relationship, a time where you can't get to your phone right away. You can't make a date. You can't rush to her beck and call. But she'll get used to that if you're doing it early on in the dating process. Whereas if you don't do it for like the first year, and then you start trying to do it later on, now she's going to be like, something's up. He went from like, he's always saying yes to everything to now he's just like, he's saying no to things from time to time. He's saying he's not available. This and that, like something sneaky's going on. And you don't want that. But you do want to set boundaries early on because again, she'll be like, but I want to see him, but he's not letting me. I got to sit here, wait for it. I got to stop thinking. And that's, again, emotional roller coaster, positive emotional roller coaster. And then, of course, the last one, be unpredictable and mysterious. Like, don't give all your business. Women, when they're dating you, want to unpeel you and get to know you like an onion. And you try to just shove the whole onion down her throat, it's not going to be a very happy experience for her because there's no mystery. There's no having to figure you out. Women want to figure you out. Women love watching mystery shows because they want to try to figure out before the end what possibly happened. So go with that. And guys, we think that we're being dishonest if we're not giving them the full story of our lives. Now, I saw a question this week. Somebody was saying, so I'm an alcoholic, but I stopped drinking 4 years ago. And I went on a first date with the girl. And I'm wondering when I should tell her that I'm actually an alcoholic. And there were dudes in the chat that were like, oh, you should tell her like right away, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you don't even know if this girl's going to even get to the girlfriend phase, And so you need to err on the side of that can be something that comes up in a get to know you conversation in the course of the dating process. But to think you got to reveal that kind of stuff on date 1 or 2, like, again, you can do it, but that's one of those things where it's not necessary. And also you're going to have more grace shown towards you as she gets to know you more. So you saying something like that on date 1 versus date like 8, you're going to have more grace on date 8 because she's gotten to know you, but you're not yet the boyfriend yet. But before you get to that serious phase, you're saying, hey, so we've been getting along great for these last couple of months. I wanted to address something with you before we go further. Like, I don't do this anymore, but I was an alcoholic for a while, yada, yada, yada. And then she'll have she'll have more sympathy for you because she's gotten to know you and see what a great guy you are in spite of what you did in your past. All right. But yeah, the more unpredictable and mysterious you can be in the course of the dating phase, she's going to be wondering like, oh my God, what's he about? Or, oh, he said he did this thing, but didn't give me full details. Oh my God. It's going to keep her in the game more because you're going to that roller coaster of, I don't know all about him, but I want to know more, but I'm not sure. Like, give her that ride. That's the best thing you can do, right? Anyway, so those are all examples of how you give women positive emotional roller coasters.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high